All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our weekly app webinar. This week we're going to take a look at Co-Writer US. Co-Writer, a popular word prediction tool from the Don Johnson Company, and they now have an app that's available for use on the iPad. Really, this is a pretty nice app in terms of word prediction. It costs right now $17.99. I'm not sure if that, I think it used to be a little bit more. I don't know if it's gone down a little bit. I think it has, but $17.99 is what you can get it for right now. When you open up Co-Writer, this is what you get. It's going to give you a list of all of the documents that you've been writing in here. If you want to start a new document, you can go and hit the plus key here. If you want to open up a document that you've used before and you want to continue writing on it, you can go ahead and just tap on it, and it will open up that document that you've been working on before. So here's my document that I've been working on. It was about baseball. I'm a baseball fan, so in the playoffs were starting, so I was starting to write a little bit about baseball here. And you can see if I want to continue adding to this, if I wanted to write my favorite team is the Detroit Tigers. When I start writing M, you see it's going to start guessing what I want it to write across the bottom of the screen here. Now, you can listen to what those words are, or you can, if you tap on the word, it selects it and adds it into your document for you. If you want to listen to what that word is, what you need to do is slide your finger across the word, and it will read it out loud. So, for example, with my, I can slide my finger across here, and it'll read it out loud. And that read out loud into my headset, but it will read out loud if you swipe your finger across it. If you just tap it, it enters it in your document, and it reads it out loud when it enters it in your document. So we'll see if we can get it so that you can hear what it's playing as well. So if I was going to do favorite now and start typing F, it's going to guess favorite is one of the options here. If I swipe my finger across it, you're going to hear that favorite. And if I tap on favorite, then you should be able to hear that speak. So it says favorite now. Now, if I wanted to do team, this is where I think this is fairly helpful, or maybe even more so than some other word prediction apps. If I were to press team and I just put TM, let's see how that works. No, that is time, but if I went TEM, team is one of my options in there. And then I can choose is. But now if I get to the point where I wanted to add, or if I wanted to add something else about the Detroit Tigers into this, I can actually start typing Detroit, but let's leave out the vowels. Let's put DTRT, and that I guess isn't close enough, but DTROIT. I left out a vowel there, and it's able to pick up when I leave out a vowel. I can see Detroit. I can tap on that, and I can add that in and make the correction. It does a good job with phonetic spellings, and I don't know if you had heard this just now, but when I hit the period on that, it read back my sentence to me as well. It does a pretty good job with phonetic spellings. You know, my example is always giraffe by spelling it JIRAF, and then when we do that, you can see it guesses giraffe as one of my options for me. One of the things that's nice about this that's different from other word prediction tools is that there is the capability to use topic dictionaries with this. And with the topic dictionaries, what we can do is, let's say we wanted to write about the Detroit Tigers here. I can go up to this this dictionary, and I can tap on that, and then I have access to topic dictionaries that are available within WordQ, and I also have the availability to go and create new topic dictionaries based on the web. So you can see I already have the Tigers in there, but if I go and I hit Detroit, you can see I get two areas here. Here's my existing co-writer topics. Here are topics that can be created via the web. So if I wanted to, I think this is actually how I did the tigers piece before, is I went in here and I chose tigers, and then once you add it into WordQ, it's in WordQ. So with this particular app, you have to be online if you want to create a dictionary of words from something else that's online. But once you choose it the first time, it's added to CoWriter, and so then we can go back and use that dictionary multiple times later. We can use it without being hooked up to the internet. So I choose the Detroit Tigers as the one I want. You're going to see it's going to go back here, and it's going to turn that on for me. I can also choose, if we look here at the main dictionary, I can choose, if I hit the drop down, how many words are in this dictionary that I want to use. So right now it's at 12,000. It's an intermediate dictionary. We could do a core dictionary of 1,000, or we could go as high as 40,000 words in an advanced dictionary. But with this topic dictionary now, if I go back into this setting, I can start typing, let's say, my favorite player, and I'm gonna leave some letters out of favorites. I'm gonna put FVR. And you can see there, just with FVR, it's guessing favorite. And I can, again, swipe on that, and it reads favorite, tap it, and it adds it into my document. And if I'm doing player, I can say PLYR, and that's going to have player as an option. I'll choose that. And then here's where you're going to see the topic dictionary come into play. I'm going to say Miguel Cabrera, who's the MVP from the Tigers. If I start typing in Miguel, start typing in Closa Miguel, you're going to see, because I've used that Detroit Tigers topic dictionary, I get 3 letters in, and his name pops up on here. So what this does is it doesn't take away the other dictionaries. You still have access to the general dictionary, but it adds words that may happen to coincide with what you're talking about from your topic dictionary into this as well. So when I do that now, I've got a little list about my tigers in there for what I want to do. So those topic dictionary pieces are really cool. The other thing that we can do here is if we go to settings, which is that little gear, we can change the voice. We can decide what we want read out loud to us. Right now I have words and sentences. We can change the speed. We could turn those off. We can have letters read out loud to us. We can change the size of the text. We can change the font of the text. See, there's lots of different fonts. We can change the contrast so that it's white on black as well. Lots of nice little options within that. The prediction is very good. Again, it's different with the topic areas. I want to show you, I'm going to add a new page here, and I want to show you something else that we can do. If I say I work for, and then I'm going to plug in ICATER. I can plug in ICATER. Let's make sure that that's all capital. And you're seeing it's not popping up in my prediction because that's not something that's in the general dictionary. We probably wouldn't find our own topic dictionary on ICATER either, even though we can search for any. But watch what we can do with this. I can tap and hold on the word ICATER. It's going to highlight it, and we can do several things with this. We can speak. We can have it read out loud. We could do a quick topic. If I did a quick topic, I could type in that topic, and you can see right now it's searching for an ICATER dictionary, and that doesn't exist. So we're not going to do that. What we're going to do instead is if I hit personal word, that adds that to my general dictionary for me. So now if I go back and I want to write something about ICATER again, and I start typing you see it pops up along my prediction list. So just by tapping and holding and selecting personal word, we can add words to our dictionary. The other thing that you don't see here, and I don't know of a way to show this to you, but something that we can do right from the beginning. When you first run WordQ, or not WordQ, CoWriter, I'm sorry, it asks to connect to your contacts. So if you choose and allow it to do your contacts, when you start typing in here and you start typing a name from your contact, it is going to have that. There's my name, which is in my contact list. it's going to bring up that name for you so that you have access to last names, which may not commonly be something that would show up in a topic dictionary here. So this is really versatile. It goes beyond just the idea of word prediction, allows you to create topic dictionaries from the web, to add things to your own topic dictionary. It really is a very nice tool for doing that kind of thing. The one downside, the one thing I don't really like about this is that to be able to listen to the word on the screen, to have it read out loud before choosing it, you have to swipe across the word. That might be hard for some individuals to do. Also, it just doesn't seem super intuitive with what you're doing either. Couple other things I want to show you. If you hit the speaker button there, it will read back your entire sentence, your entire document that you've got plugged in there. The other thing we can do is if we hit the share button here. The share button, we can message this, mail it, put it on Twitter, put it on Facebook, send it to Google Drive, put it in a Dropbox, copy and print. As with anything on an app, this only works within this app. So we can't use this within another app, but we can do our writing in here, save it to Dropbox, open it up on another computer. We can do our writing in here, send it directly to a printer. For $17.99, this is a fantastic word prediction tool. It really is it's one of my favorites, and it's fairly new. So this is something I would definitely recommend diving in and taking a look at. When you do go back to the home page, if you want to get rid of one of these one of these papers in here, what you can do is you can go and you can tap on the garbage can, and then it gives you the options for deleting one or the other. We can get rid of that and hit done. This also does sync up with iCloud, so it does allow you to save what you're doing, share it on other devices that you might have that has the same login that's hooked up to iCloud. So you don't lose things when you shut it down here. That's about all I've got for Co-Writer. Again, I think it's a really nice app. I think it's something that you really ought to check out. It's pretty smooth and pretty easy to use. If you do have any questions, please feel free to email me at james-stachowiak@uiowa.edu. And I'd also like to remind you that we do have an app that houses all of these webinars, the ICATER Toolkit. If you go to the ICATER Toolkit, and it works properly, you should be able to, and this was just updated yesterday, so it should be working. The ICATER Toolkit houses all of our webinars on there. You can watch any of the past webinars that we've done, and you can get our assistive technology tips of the day as well. So thanks for watching. Go out and try Co-Writer, and we'll see you next week.